Ago, it sounded like the 4th of July on the National Mall as the hometown Redskins were introduced to this sold-out crowd. They are set to go as their guys will match up with the Chicago Bears. Here's the former Florida Gator Eddie Pinheiro to get us started. And we are underway from FedEx Field. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Mike goes to high. Like 20. Let's go, D. Let's go.
A first carry now for Adrian Peterson. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's 2nd down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff them in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Working from the gun, Keenum. And this one's incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check 59, Mike.
A shotgun snap for Keenum. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Go! 180! 53, Mike. Got you. I got you, son.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. Escaping the pressure right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And he completes it to Cohen. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
180! Check 53,
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. This is caught. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Let's get it.
They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Punching it in from a yard away. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing on 2nd down. Keenum. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Coming this way, here we go.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's the Redskins in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Keenum now to throw. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A very solid gain of 27. Keenum now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's 1st down. Again, it's Keenum. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Harmon. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
58, right on time.
To throw again on 2nd down. Keenum. Over the middle, complete. It's Richardson. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
22.
Keenum going to try and throw on third down. He's got it complete to Thompson. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Next to score, Bears 14, Redskins nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. A big seam, and he might go all the way. He's at the 30, the 20, 10, touchdown, Washington. He goes 102 yards from one end zone to the other as they are now on the board here in the first half. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll make our score 14-7. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Trubisky, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Reuben Foster, the former national champion at Alabama, gets in for the sack. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. He's got Burton here. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That goes for a gain of 31. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they'd take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
Looking to throw Trubisky on 1st down. This one into the hands of Burton. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Here's Trubisky to throw. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. And,
Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out Okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. That sack by Khalil Mack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
The Redskins on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now Keenum. And he finds McLaurin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
I got you.
The final shot before the break. Keenum. And down he goes. Keenum is sacked. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard.
At their own 28-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Here we go.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd down.
Put up. 180. 53. Mike. Hey, watch the screen.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And some room to run now. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, his 2nd touchdown of the night as the Bears push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half, Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Keenum. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Going for a right side here, complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one goes for 24 yards. Keenum now to throw. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Keenum now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Here's Keenum. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Deion Bush with a pick. And now look at him go. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right?
Well, Keenum has it knocked away. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
To try again after the sack. Keenum. Call it a gain of 5. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Keenum. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the 1st. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Keenum. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position.
180. Check 53. Mike. Here we go.
They go play action with Trubisky. He's going to let this one go deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Quentin Dunbar right there on the coverage. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
That's where you belong.
And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on third. From the gun, it's Trubisky. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Ryan Kerrigan in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to fourth down.
You can't stop me.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Watch out.
They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Leonard Floyd, his 2nd sack of the night.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's a screen to Powell. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a 1st down.
And down he goes. Keenum is sacked. Eddie Goldman with a sack. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
180. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
1st down, a run with Cohen. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
Right there, 56. Rip right, rip right.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing.
Man, they getting blown out already?
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They're down big here late. I don't know. Just one last drive here for Pride.
Some people like to do that.
Oh, no way.
A guy once moved down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved to him like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. From McLaurin, and he's got it. 22 yards there, first down. Keenum now on first down.
Oh, no.
Incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? You don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And he finds the tight end, Reed. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. The Redskins on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's again to Peterson. And he will handle first down as they get into the ground at the 37. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Out of the gun, Keenum. Complete, Richardson has it. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. Now Washington's going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. On first down, Keenum. Nowhere to turn here. He's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. To throw, it's Keenum. And this one complete to Reed. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And they were moved, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.